Hey graduates, I'm here. YouTube moving like a bit, some move well slow. I don't know why I'm sweet. It's a do some kind of foolishness, yeah, man. Give me a moment. And I will be with you shortly. But it's not behaving. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not behaving. Let me turn on my camera so you guys can see me. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? Good evening, Joyce. Good evening, Esther Jen, Kerry Crooks, Vanessa. Way too busy. Way too busy this week. I do not know what is going on. I don't know if it's my internet or what, but everything is just whirring and whirring and whirring on my screen, guys. Everything is whirring on my screen. Can you all hear me, or is it just my laptop being a jackass? I bet you it is. Let me just lock that down because I think maybe I'm using up too much memory on my laptop. I need to delete some stuff. I got too many files. Just bear with me because I don't know what's going on. It's not behaving itself at all. All right, just give me a sec. It will soon wake up, I think. Hold on there. All right. Okay, so I can see my channel. 55 of you. Come on, man. 55 of you wanna like up the live as you know come in. Do a beg, you know. Like up the live, please and thanks. Because I can see 55 of you watching while I get this all set up. Because this is going to be a festive Friday. I do hope that you have your bickle, your drinks. Because remember, festive Friday, you have to come with a drink for relax up yourself. You understand? So make sure you have your drinks. All right, I'm about to set this up. Give me 1 sec. Never mind, I know what's on your song. But YouTube now play with me right now. So I'm gonna do it on my phone instead because it's being an ass. Let's see. There we go. All right. Guys, this is so strange. I'm literally not seeing anything on my screen. Are you guys seeing me? Let me look on my laptop because this not play with me today. I look like I might have to go log out and come back in. Can you guys see or hear me? Or can you guys hear me at least? Let me know in the comments because I don't know what is going on, but YouTube is not behaving, guys. Cannot see me, but can you hear me, Mackie? Love, can you hear me? I've deliberately hidden my camera, but can you hear me? Cannot see me. No, we can't see you, but can you hear me? Yes, you can hear. Okay. I don't know what's happening, guys, but it's being really silly, YouTube. The YouTube studio is being really silly. So I'm gonna know what going on with it, but it's all right. We're gonna work without the studio for now, which I don't like to do. but it doesn't look like I have much of a choice because YouTube is saying that it's not going to play. All right, I'll keep checking on the YouTube studio to see if it actually loads, but they must be having problems because my channel is working fine, but it's just not loading. Nothing is loading. So when it wake up and decide for play, then we deal with that. But in the meantime, okay, oh no, here it is. Hold on. Hold on, here it is. Save that. Edit that. All right. Okay, it's behaving now. It seems to have had a sleepy moment. I don't know what kind of Friday it have, but it's not having a good Friday. You understand? So once that is done, that is saving. I'm gonna leave that for do its thing. Otherwise, we in business. We in business, guys. We in business. We in business. You should be able to see me now. Hi. Hi, Grad this week. Boy, this a 10 tour in a 1 year. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it, but it's quite a lot of stuff going on social media, right? So for those of you who are new, welcome to one edition, Festive Friday, where we go through all the things that have happened over the past week on social media and pull out any lessons there are to learn. Okay, over here we are a school of graduates. There are certain rules. Unless somebody is the topic, do not mention people's names in the comments, right? Wrenches are there, sharp like guillotine. They will remove you. There is a 3 strikes and you're out rule, meaning that you get timed out. Okay, we try to avoid blocking unless you are disrespectful. So please, no disrespect in the comments. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to do this kind of podcast style. So I am going to share with you my review of the week, but I am here live and in living color. All right, let me do my hailings and make sure I'm going to leave out nobody. So let's see. Joan Francis, I can see you. Big up yourself. Who have I missed? Simone Barton Joseph, welcome. Laurel Gibson, welcome. Nadine Jackson, big up yourself. Kamisha Scott, good to see you. Joyce Rowe, hello. Mackie Love, big up yourself. Sexy B, hello. Professor Gorgeous Lady, big up your nice clean self. Madam Amadot Wagwan. Janet, hi, how are you doing? Have I missed anyone? Sandra Sands, Susie, good to see you, my sister. And I've already bigged up Kerry Crooks and Vanessa Grant and Esther from up at the top. All right. Okay, we're going to go in right now. So let me come off screen because I don't want my graphics to be distracted while I share this. And remember, guys, if you are having any problems with the audio, please let me know, because then I will just connect up my my Bluetooth and we will be good to go that way. All right, so just let me know if you're struggling with this, but it should be fine. Should be fine. Just bear with me. Here we go. All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Can you all see that? Thumbs up if you can see. All right. Can we all see my screen? Let me know. Can you see the video I'm sharing? Should be visible on your screen now. Perfect. All right.
Hey
Thank you.
graduates,
Let's
Wagwan.
go.
Today is of course Festive Friday. You don't know we're gonna start with 10 story in a one. And with 10 story in a one, as you know, we revisit everything that's happened throughout the week and we pull any lessons from that we want people on social media to learn. All right, graduates, the first stop is going to be the situation with YMK and the other platform holder in London. Well, as I'm sure you're aware by now, there was one huge.
Hold on, guys, you're not seeing the video? You're not seeing the video. All right, hold on there. Let's stop share. We're going to do this again. No, not seeing. All right, okay. I've done it again. Let me know what's happening. It's a blank. All right, hold on. Okay, hold horses. I've just done a reshare. Let's see what happens now. Okay, guys. Okay, so now you're seeing. Okay, so you're seeing now, yeah? Okay. It's not working for me. I don't know why it's misbehaving. I'm going to do this one last time. And then if not, I'm just going to stream it. Stream the sounds. Technology is a bitch. Well, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Don't worry. It's coming. I think I may have had too much to drink. Maybe. All
Hey
right, we're good to
graduates, Wagwan. Today is of course Festive Friday. You don't know we're gonna start with 10 story in a one. And with 10 story in a one, as you know, we revisit everything that's happened throughout the week and we pull any lessons from that we want people on social media to learn. All right, graduates, the first stop is going to be the situation with YMK and the other platform holder in London. Well, as I'm sure you're aware by now, there was one huge brawling cuss out that took place on social media from that other platform holder in London. And he basically broke down the situation where YMK had apparently contacted the police about the harassment and the slanderous things that were being said against him on such platform holders' page. Now, a consequence of this is that the police have informed both parties that they are not supposed to call each other's names on their platforms, and that further evidence of this will result in legal action or a potential arrest. Now, if you remember, I did a previous video where I tried my best to implore to both parties to simply leave out these third-party agencies because things can get really messy. Don't make no phone calls to no police. Don't make no phone calls to nobody's place of business. Don't make no phone calls to immigration. Just hash out whatever differences you have online and keep it moving. But unfortunately, things proceeded as we all saw. And like I said in that particular video, you know that due processes are going to kick into gear. There's nothing that can be done once a formal report has agency, particularly here in the UK. You can't buy out nothing. Everything goes by the books. So, brace yourselves. So, of course, we now know the consequence of that particular visit to the police and the report that was made. Subsequently, YMK came forward and he was having various lives where he mentioned the other platform holder in London's name. It was not done in particularly derogatory circumstances. There was nothing nasty said, but remember, the rule was do not call each other's names on your platforms or else there could be consequences. So, of course, the platform holder in London, he was not happy about this and he made him know that he absolutely despises him, he stays away from him, etc., and he should return the favor. Now, what I'm going to say is this. I'm not certain what's happening and why it is that suddenly there is more focus on the negative things that are happening on social media once again. But I'm going to advise YMK that he should revert to how he was behaving for the past few months when I paid him that compliment. Because at the end of the day, we all know that drama sells, of course, and that people gravitate to some kind of conflict. Once that's happening, it's a buzz on social media, but always put your mental health first. I do not think any of this does any justice to the person that you are trying to become. You've stated that you want to stay away from negativity, stay away from conflict with other people, and stay away from drama. I think there are certain areas on social media that are definitely a no-go. The other platform holder in London has made it clear to you that they do not want their name, want to give you any knowings, any attack, definitely not for you or not interested in your content. And therefore you should just stick to, your royals and doing your thing, be it on TikTok or even on Facebook, but avoid certain people. I think by calling out other people's names, even if you are reflecting on past incidences, you bring up old hurt. And some of this old hurt is unhealed and it will result in a lot of negative attention coming your way. And that's something that you have declared that you want to stay away from. Likewise, with regards to, basically trying to assess the other conflicts that's taking place that you think may have impacted on you in the past. I honestly don't think you were the main focus of the falling out of the Talk Truth family, and I'm being very obvious with that. I think that you just happen to be somebody who got affected by the wayside due to one particular member who has fallen out with that group. And since then, they have not really mentioned you. So I do not really think that there was a whole takedown campaign where you were concerned with the majority of that group, that you were just a moment of time that took place, and that they moved on and focused particularly on the big platform holder that they have persistently had a problem with over the years.
Let me tell people, am I lying? I don't understand why it was felt that it was necessary to actually acknowledge them in any piece of content at all. And we all know that all contradictory content sells. But I genuinely don't think that the majority of this was about building up a whole
So
bunch
while
of
I
people to
know
tear him down. That's my
it must
opinion on
have
that.
been satisfying to gloat about it because you got some comeuppance that was executed purely by karma, and that is a wonderful thing when you haven't got a hand in it to observe, where people have been nasty to you and certain things happen to them in life. It does make you smile with satisfaction because you know that they fully deserve it. I think at the end of the day, the internet is already singing and dancing to that tune. So you could have avoided that. All that has done is it has basically drawn that negative attention to your platform once again. And people are looking at you as though, okay, so you're wanting a piece of the stirring. So that's why you're mentioning it. Just a thought. But hey, remember, you're the king of your own kingdom. So you must know exactly what it is that you're prepared to handle and what it is that you're prepared to do. And you deliver your content however you see fit. So you must know what your pathway is. But I'm just going on the basis of what you have declared, that you're really trying to avoid the negative energy and the conflicts with other people. And we have seen the best version of yourself when you were not doing this. And this is not to say that there won't be challenges and conflicts in life, but where they're around you as the centerpiece, I think, yes, definitely, it's something to come out on. But if it has been something in the past, that leave it in the past and let it die.
That one.
You have many fascinating stories to tell, and your personality sells itself. I really enjoyed the story that you were sharing with your audience about your employee who was acting out. And you spoke about the whole dynamic of having friendships within a professional setting and the challenges that that brings. And that is a great teaching tool because I know for a fact that that can be quite a difficult dynamic to actually manage. And your stance on that as a boss would have taught many people who are coming up in business exactly how to handle situations of a similar characteristic. Just like we have said to both yourself and the big platform holder, there are certain so-called enemies online whom you should leave in your wake. You are bigger than them, better than them, and there's no reason to look back on such people. When it comes to your own successes, they speak for themselves. So these people are not worthy of your time or energy unless you want the heat. Now, if you want the heat, by all means, run up into that. Right. Now, graduates, let's move on and
All right,
quickly
hold on.
address.
So before we get to the cake war, let me just go into the comments and make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Blossom, what you did type where you retract? What you type I retract? Honestly, I think that that was a very honest, opinionated perspective about what's happening between YMK and other people. Just don't call their names, don't mention them, don't even look in their direction because you don't have to. This is not something that you need to address. This is not something that you need to revisit. It's not a memory that's worth being retold, particularly when you have taken the step of actually going to the police and filing a report about this person. This person is going to do not go to the police. Do not go to immigration. Do not go to these things. Just handle it online. But unfortunately, it crossed over into personal space. And the moment that happens, people can be very unforgiving about things like this, which is exactly why the woman in London, the beauty one, is so full of vengeance towards you because of the situation that happened with her employment. Now, as much as I can't take tea with that lady. I can't say I dislike her because I really don't. But it's not that deep. But all I can say is that when it is that you end up in a social media bacchanal with somebody, and it crosses over from social media and it enters into your personal space, you are going to end up with real life enemies. Real life enemies. That's just what happens, right? So if you've had a situation, or your I don't know, your followers or your relatives or whoever, your good friends, whoever it is that made that report against that Dunkley woman, and then it ended up being a series of reports being made, then it's going to be a case of she's going to either get fired, or the complaints become too much. It's going to affect the mental health, all of that. Not that we're giving her any sympathy because she called it on herself, but I'm just saying that when people lose their bread, when things affect their livelihood, when things become a thing of permanent record, because a police report is a permanent record, then it crosses over into real life. And these people are never going to like you. So just leave them alone, brother. Don't call them.
I found it fascinating. No, not fascinating. Wrong word. I found it comical that a certain individual came out claiming that there is no cake war. But we all know that there is one, and that this person definitely still sees that the lady that is sitting on the gully bank is her biggest competition. She goes out of her way to place negative images of the lady's cakes, of her business online. She is constantly drawing comparisons between herself and the lady's products. And nobody else is doing this but this one person. So at the end of the day, the person who is manifesting the war is indeed the person who came out quite hypocritically to claim there is no cake war. Now I'm going to address the followers of such person. Let me ask you guys this, particularly the ones of you who are Jamaican. How do you feel when she constantly puts down people from your own country?
No. Hold on there. No, hold on. 283 of you guys are on my live, and I am only seeing 71 likes. Can I humbly ask that you just like the live for me, please? Because it's not fair. We come out here as content creators, as bloggers, to entertain you guys, to give you guys, all the tea. And the least you guys can do is like up the live. Come on, man. That not look good. And what kind of festive Friday this? So 285 people pack up in the dance. And nobody not even big up or hail the selector. No, man, that not right. That not right at all. The least I can do before I press another play button is go over to the little like and press it. Because over here, nobody pressure on for no money. Nobody no pressure on for no pretty screen or nothing. So the least I can do is like the live. Why in goodness name are 284 of you guys sitting here and not giving me no ratings like that? No, man, I not like that. Okay, it gone up to, all right, it gone up to 100. All right, big up on yourself. Yeah, make we go on now. All right, good.
She speaks down to people who are not educated. How do you feel when she regards Jamaican people as low class, dirty, jankras, all of those negative things that she attaches to a nationality? She does it repeatedly. And I'm wondering if you have no shame at all. Or is it that you are so filled with self-loathing that you cannot see that she is actually bashing you in terms of your culture, in terms of your people, in terms of your own social standing? And to be perfectly honest, I don't believe she's necessarily in a position to even do so. How can you sit there and indulge in conversations where people pin value to what you look like, to superficial traits? None of them can look like me. None of them can dress like me. Them need clothes. I mean, I've never heard such schoolyard conversations being flaunted by what is supposed to be a grown woman. And you guys are indulging in that as though it is actually some kind of substantial argument. I've never seen such emptiness or superficiality being portrayed as common sense. That's not common sense, nor is it intellectual. I have never seen such daftness on display that is celebrated by a group of people who claim to say that they are in this person's corner. How can you sit there and have this kind of vitriol and diatribe thrown in your face on a day-to-day basis and not feel absolutely physically sick? Does clothes make the person? Does body make the person? Does hair and makeup make the person? All of these things are masks camouflaging exactly what your personality is. Everybody wears that mask and takes that mask off at various times in their lives, but some people wear this mask on a day-to-day basis. Are you not aware of the schizophrenic behavior of that platform holder? Can you not see it? Are you that blinded by what is blatant evidence in your face of this person saying one thing one day and then saying something opposite the next? But there is no challenge from you, which makes you sheep. Or is it that she struck coal? And notice I said coal, not diamonds or gold. Is it that she struck coal with a bunch of people who are actually discriminatory or prejudicial towards Jamaican people of a lower income bracket who are uneducated? Do you all look down on such people? And interestingly, I took a look at some of the followers and some of the followers' background, and a lot of you have got people who are related to you from humble beginnings. Yes, some of your family members definitely look like them never finished school, but yet you indulge and enjoy this kind of discourse being thrown at you, which also applies to the very people whom you are related to, if not yourself. Aren't you ashamed? Do you not realize that what she feels about those people who are platform holders, she equally feels about yourself? Let me tell you this, people. Migrating to a country, a foreign country that is considered first world, and tearing down your own because you believe that you are so indoctrinated or acculturated to that new society.
So, when you fly out and you go foreign, and you say you go foreign from your little picnic, and you live in a foreign for the majority of your life. So that means, say, you're there in a foreign country longer than you're there in Jamaica. All of a sudden, you turn foreign-minded. You is foreigner. You is not Jamaican. You Lego all of that because you have grown up in that culture. And really and truly, by your cultural experiences, you are definitely either American, Canadian, whatever, because this is what you have known for the majority of your life. But regardless of the fact, you would have been surrounded by family members who have come over into the country with you, who are originally Jamaican or from the Caribbean, wherever your background is from. And those family members will keep passing on traditions and cultures with you that basically impact on your identity. So even though you are thinking, but I'm American because I've been brought up in America, your whole experience is hybrid, which means you've had more than one taste of culture in your household. So you really have to respect where you are coming from in order to respect where you are at the moment. But a lot of these people, they disregard the culture and the way their parents were brought up, the knowledge of their parents as they assimilate, which means to take on the culture of the country that they have migrated to. Be it that they have been schooled in that environment, they've grown up there or whatever. And they tend to look down on their parents' culture and their parents' beliefs mostly. They grow up with a kind of resentment because they don't feel as though they 100% belong. So people like this that want a sense of belonging and realize that because they are from a migrant background, they're not 100% accepted by natives of America as American. And by natives, I don't mean Red Indian, please. I'm talking about, people who born there and have generations of people there. they don't really feel as though they 100% belong, right? So then they want 100% belong to the Jamaican side, but them not really 100% belong to the Jamaican side because their mindset is already very twisted by the education system that they were brought up in. They have a certain disdain and scorn of them Jamaicanness. Remember me tell you that is a regular thing. But anyway, make we go out there narrow-minded, right? There so. What them tell me what you say in the comments. Me is a foreign call me travel regular. If it's a foreign, I call me travel regular, right? That's so exactly. She don't have any clothes need or anything in her life. What I don't care. This is what I'm trying to say. Such things are very superficial, Mernal. If she have clothes or if she not have clothes, that kind of materialistic mindset is very hood rat. I'm not gonna put it in any other ways. Very ghetto, and I don't mean ghetto as in that's where I come from. So yeah, discriminate. I mean ghetto minded. That you have to look at what you have in order to validate who you are. And yet she claims that she is educated and all of that. I'm saying that mindset is a mindset of somebody who don't have and don't understand what it is like and the comfort of having. But yet she's discriminating against people who don't have in a real life.
Not make you better than what you came from. Does not make you, or rather give you the right to look down on people who did not have the same kind of access to education as you have as a direct result of migrating. The ability to speak well, the ability to enunciate well, or even to have a wide vocabulary does not necessarily mean that you are a good person at heart. But of course you can't challenge that. Even if deep down that's what you're feeling, you can't challenge it. And you know you can't challenge it because such persons is gonna look at you and tell you about your mother. You know that you can't challenge it because she's going to tell you to F off. You know you can't challenge it because she's going to turn around and tell us that una set a long time big woman will come on our platform like a set of parasites. And that is how she sees you. But instead, you sit there and you absorb the mess and you actually act as though you are in agreement with it. But I know deep down that a lot of you are actually quite insulted by the behavior, but you have not got the freedom to speak for fear of being blocked. Likewise, you're well aware of the fact that you're caught in I would say, a wasp's nest. Because if you leave from such platforms and go elsewhere and are recognized, you may be pointed out as one that used to be participatory in the mess. So you think that you have to remain. No, not the case at all. Everybody has the right to move around on social media. Remember, you're there by choice, not by force. And if this is your choosing, it certainly stands to reason that this is also your perspective of your Jamaican people. Now, let me tell you this. There are low-class, bad-minded, parasitic, crab in a barrels in every single race and culture and element of society. It may be executed in different ways. They may use different language, but it still equals the same. I can share many stories with you about corporate crab in a barrel mentality. I can share many stories with you about people who are envious of other people's progress that have nothing to do with Black people, have nothing to do with Jamaican people. And it goes to show that human traits are universal. When people say it's only Jamaicans who behave like this, that's a part of their own self-hatred. They're despising of their own culture and where they came from because they wish they were something else. And interestingly, this kind of mentality is usually passed on from parent to child. People like this who walk away from Jamaica and say nothing but horrible things about the island and its people and sees nothing great in it other than the touristic elements are the ones who will say to their children, don't mix the Jamaican people. Now have no Jamaican man, no take no Jamaican friends around you because them are going to tear you down. Because such was their experience in life because of poor choices they made. And and also because they mixed with particular people who were negative towards them. It does not mean that everybody who is uneducated is necessarily parasitic, is necessarily bad mind, is necessarily looking to tear down somebody else. Not at all. In fact, I have looked across social media and I have seen people who have come from humble beginnings. Not only do they celebrate their own progress and their own business, but they also celebrate that of others. How often do you see that in that space, followers of this lady? How often do you see that? Who really is the bad-minded one?
When I say that, it's not to say that one or two people may not have been shared on such platform space, but it's always done with an expectation that it's either reciprocated or an expectation that once I've shared you, you are now in my camp. You are now aligned with me. And this is not always the case. So when they share such individuals and then they notice that the individuals that they share are also being celebrated by the big platform or any other space that is affiliated with the big platform, then suddenly the share deletes and then they start cuss and trace them and say the whole I know are the same thing. So it's not done with a good heart. If you're sharing somebody out, it's because you're wanting their business to also be equally successful. How often do you see that without an expectation for compensation? How often do you see it?
Really tears down other people. People who celebrate the works of others are the people who have no fear of other people's success. People who celebrate the works of others are people who are their brothers and sisters as keepers. They are neither selfish nor self-oriented. But then again, perhaps you wouldn't recognize that necessarily. Perhaps you were equally poorly raised, or perhaps you were equally taught that whatever is presented on the outside is more significant than what's on the inside. Maybe that is exactly the kind of mentality you have. So this would seem as normal behavior to you. There's a wide cross-section of social media that is far more balanced than this. And while you all may be thinking that this is a tag team type of situation, what you probably will fail to recognize is that this is simply a whole bunch of logically thinking people of righteous intent recognizing huge injustices being delivered on social media and coming specifically from one particular individual. Let me just remind you that this goes way beyond just this stupid manufactured cake war that's coming from that very place that claims it doesn't exist. And of course, this is just one example. There are several others.
All right, here we go. So I want you guys to listen to this one example. All right, just bear with me.
Over, especially you, but you know who you.
Let me know in the comments if you can actually hear this audio well. I want to make sure that you can hear it and that it's not too low, okay?
Supposed to be very aware of your Facebook enemies. You have people on your profile who just sit and lurk on your profile, who just want to see what you do, who just wait your downfall, who just wait for you slip up. You know what I say? Who are watch all your relationship and I say me don't like that girl, I can't wait till she left, I can't wait till this. Your Facebook enemies are the worst, and I'm learning that. So you know, my mother said to me, she said, Esther, you know what you have to start though? Instead of posting those things on Facebook, you need to write a book. So anybody who want to hear your thoughts and your feelings and how you think and them something, you have to go put it in a book so they must support you. So then guess what? Yeah, make a money. Stop tell people your business just so, and stop tell them your struggles just so make them buy a book. You understand what I say? I'm sit down and I'm looking at it and I say true, because look how me out here give out all of this free information. And this woman I go run and go report me.
Hey, people, are real something doing? You ever notice that sometimes, right? You have your Facebook page, and this is not like a professional platform. I'm talking about like your personal profile, and you put up your little nice picture of them or your nice picture, them I show your progress, or you show off and say, oh my gosh, I'm traveling, or I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And you have a set of people, them are like the first people for like, or them comments and say, big up yourself or congratulations. And then you have a set of people where them don't comment at all. Them don't look, them don't comment, right? And then if you put up something now, we'll say, oh my God, my day today was horrible. Them same people they know when I comment, when them see the great things, fly up on your posts and start say, oh God, I'm sorry for hear that. And oh, get well soon, but never on anything that celebrates your progress. You see, them people, they are real haters, right? That's how you're real haters. And just sit down there and just pre you. Sorry, that was a little rant. Something that I realized, some time ago. Anyway, go and listen.
Page them. A 2 page she shut down for me, 2 page with 153,000 likes. When I tell you I had troubles and the first trouble out class, so it's been an ongoing process over and over. And she does this to every single body. And then she run on her page and she plays the victim and act like we're the aggressors. When in reality, we are the damn victims. We're just fighting back. And because we're flexing our muscles and we're not holding back, then people are saying, oh, no, wicked for this or no wicked for that. But are you guys really looking at what Tina Chin is doing to us? Like Box TV now. Maria, me I listen to the voice note. I'm listening to the voice notes, right? I'm listening to the voice notes. And you know what I've picked up, and I'm so sad for her because it's so sad to me. And because I grew up in love, I realized that she's hurt. Like this lady is literally hurting. Like she is hurting so bad. She wants somebody to be loyal to her. She believes that her way of loyalty is the only way to which loyalty is, and you have to understand that everybody now going to love you.
Wanna hear that? From 2018, this video is from 2018, from a little young social media personality girl. Little young girl, 2018, repeating the same story over again, saying the same things that we are now saying in 2023. Who is stagnant in their mentality? That you cannot learn your lesson over a period of time. You hear she say, her form of loyalty is the only form of loyalty, and yet you still have people falling in the same trap over and over again from all walks, all corners of these social media streets. They did not learn, did not pay attention to the research, did not do any research before una go and dip in a them kind of situation there. Fino said that it is the same consistent story.
The same. Everybody not gonna be loyal to you the same. So you can't force people to do your thing your way. You understand what I say? So I don't know want to understand. I listen to the voice note. She say like the guy apparently on Box TV. You could go watch the video. On Box TV. His name is Sean Stewart, I believe his name is. Yeah, I think his name is Sean Stewart. You could go on his page, right, and listen to the voice note. Apparently, she was dealing with this guy that had a woman, had a girlfriend or a wife or whatever the case is. However, she was sleeping with this guy, and then I guess the guy was basically using her or didn't want people to know that he was sleeping with her, and she found out and she was sending him a whole bunch.
I'm not gonna still very much alive and well on YouTube. So for those of you who are interested in that kind of I am not. It is on only one post page. That's all I will tell you. So you can go and just kind of search. But I love it, Daddy.
Voice messages, voice notes, and when I was listening to the voice note, she's hurt, and you could hear that mentally she created a picture that wasn't even there. You understand what me I say? She say, oh, look how would I do anything for you and them look something. Me I say, yo, honestly, Tina, me feel very sorry for you. Like, I honestly feel sad feel. For no say, you do not know love. Like, you do not know what unconditional love is. You don't know how to develop a proper relationship with a person. You don't know. Only thing you know if you do is just tear down people. But you have to understand that not everybody is going to have bad intentions for you. Some of us actually have good intentions for you. Not because we're not going to conform to your ways. You feel like, say, you know what I say? But anyways, guys, yes, she box food out of my mouth for a little while. But there's one thing I know. You see, when you have a genuine heart, a pure heart, and you do things out of love, then guess what? God go always bless you. God go always bless you. You go always have. You're always going to have. You understand what I say? No matter what, you can't feel like you get fight left and right, and eventually you're.
So you see, this woman made this young girl lose her job, right? Call the girl workplace and do all kind of mess and make her lose her job. But I'm not gonna play all of it. You want to hear the full thing? Head over to Esther Rose page and give her a like, give her a follow. She is a genuinely fantastic young lady. She's such a nice soul, very clean-hearted. When she goes on her page, she shares knowledge. She's not selfish and she's not nasty. Okay, so I am giving her a free shout out, right? But you can go over there and follow her. Let me just go through some of the comments. They know all of this, but they are fighting the same losing battle. Well, she's suffering from childhood trauma. Somehow, I don't know if it's childhood or if it is a post-traumatic response to being incarcerated, Linda. Me said the way how the lady cussed me, and I've never knowingly exchanged a word with her. I saw me now look. I'm like the lady with the lamp, except me now check pan no wounded. Me gone up a chilla. Going up at Chilani, tell me. Yes. So, you know, this is the kind of thing, these kind of unwanted attacks for absolutely no reason on people who are just going about their daily lives, not even noticing her. Yes, I do remember the rants that were sent your way, Aliko brought up. And how you were spoken about purely because of your affiliation with the big platform. And it just goes to show you that this person will stop at no ends in order to tear down people who she thinks are not celebrating her. It's a very kind of narcissistic approach to her bitterness. You understand? Sorry for mentioning names. It wasn't them. No, that's fine. Come on, guys, back up the live. Yes, she did the same thing to Shaza. Yes, Shaza B. I remember that, which is why she was dubbed Lot's wife. All right, make we go on back in night now.
Plastered all over social media. Different person, completely not connected to any kind of camp of the big platform. Different people from different backgrounds and different walks of life, all saying exactly the same thing, but yet some of you remain so hard-headed that you cannot see that so many people can't say the same thing.
Mr. Ian Wilkinson.
Anyway, let's move on. We're going to go
King's
on
Counsel.
now to talk
All right,
about
so hold on.
Andre
Let me know
Steven.
why this day or so. So we're going to talk about Andre Stevenson. Oh, yes, I know why I put him there. I put him there because I wanted to talk about Miss Kitty being pregnant. Congratulations to Miss Kitty. Everybody drop a congratulations in the comments. Drop a congratulations. Okay, Carrie, I see the that was deleted. No hard feelings. That was deleted because you called a name that was not mentioned on the live. But I see your comments, Carrie. And yes, that is something I'm also aware of. Yes. So yeah. Congratulations to Miss Kitty on her expecting. Please do a big up for Miss Kitty. I want to see some purple hearts in the comments and some congratulations for Miss Kitty before we go any further and we discuss this whole thing with Andre Stevenson. So come on now, I want to see some congratulations